A village cradled in the arms of majestic mountains and whispering forests called Sunridge was famous not just for its breathtaking landscapes, but for a remarkable man named Kieran. His story was one that every child heard before they could even walk, a story of light in times of darkness, of unyielding hope amid the harshest of storms. Kieran wasn't just an ordinary villager. He was a beacon of hope, a man whose smile could light up the gloomiest of days. His humble home, with its simple thatched roof and tiny garden, was always open to anyone in need of advice, a kind word, or just a listening ear. Kieran's positivity was legendary. It was said that he could find a silver lining in even the darkest cloud. One fateful year, the village of Sunridge faced its greatest challenge. The skies, once generous with their rains, turned stingy. Day after day, the sun blazed down relentlessly, and the once fertile fields began to crack and crumble into dust. The river that had always gurgled with life dwindled to a mere trickle. The villagers, who had always been self-sufficient, started to feel the heavy weight of uncertainty and fear. Panic began to spread like wildfire. Conversations that once revolved around joyous events and community plans now centered on fear and despair. Families fretted over their dwindling food supplies, and the once bustling market square became a place of hushed whispers and anxious faces. But in the midst of this growing despondency, Kieran stood tall, his spirit unbroken. One evening, as the orange hues of the setting sun cast long shadows over the village, Kieran called for a gathering in the central square. The villagers, curious and in need of some distraction from their worries, assembled around him. Kieran climbed onto a small platform and looked out over the crowd, his eyes shining with an inner light. "Friends," he began, his voice steady and warm, "I know these times are hard. Our fields are dry and our hearts are heavy, but remember, every challenge we face is a chance to grow stronger. We cannot control the drought, but we can control how we respond to it." His words hung in the air, a gentle reminder of the strength they had forgotten. Kieran continued, sharing his vision of unity and resilience. He spoke of digging deeper wells, of building an irrigation system to channel water from the distant river, and most importantly, of supporting each other through these trying times. Inspired by Kieran's unwavering positivity, the villagers set to work. Men, women, and children all pitched in, digging, building, and sharing what little they had. It was hard work, and progress was slow, but Kieran was always there, lending a hand, offering a word of encouragement, and reminding them of the brighter days ahead. As the days turned into weeks and weeks into months, small changes began to appear. The irrigation system they had built, though rudimentary, started to bring water to the driest fields. The community spirit, once dampened by fear, began to bloom again. Kieran's optimism was infectious. His belief in their collective strength renewed their own. One morning, as the villagers were beginning their daily tasks, a sound echoed through Sunridge that made everyone pause. It was a deep rumbling, followed by a distant roar. They looked up to see dark clouds gathering on the horizon. Hopeful murmurs rippled through the crowd, and soon fat drops of rain began to fall, splashing onto the parched earth. The rain quickly intensified, turning the dusty streets into a muddy mess, but no one minded. They danced in the downpour, their faces turned up to the heavens, their hearts light with relief and joy. The fields drank greedily, turning green and lush once more. Crops began to grow, and the river swelled back to life. Sunridge had weathered the drought, not just because of the rain that finally came, but because of the resilience and unity Kieran had inspired. Kieran's story didn't end there. His legacy of positivity and community spirit became a cornerstone of Sunridge's identity. Whenever the village faced challenges, they would remember Kieran's words. They understood that while they couldn't always control what happened to them, they could always choose how to respond. They could choose to stay positive, to work together, and to find light in the darkest of times. And so, the village of Sunridge thrived, not just because of the occasional rains that graced their fields, but because of the enduring power of positivity, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds of community. Kieran's tale became a timeless reminder that even in the face of adversity, a positive attitude and a united community could overcome any obstacle, and that together they could always find a way to bring back the sunshine. Positivity is the light that guides us through the darkest of times, reminding us that even in adversity, hope and resilience can lead us to brighter days.